Okay, so here we are in 2025, and now another explanation for what is an immersion. I've found that an immersion is an incredibly efficient way to validate being in your experiment. Um, and this is one of the most important things inside your experiment, is that you're validating it. And what I mean by you're validating it is that by staying in the parameters of your strategy and authority and actually understanding what that means, you really start to see self-evidence that something's truly happening. And in an immersion, it is very fast, very direct. And it's because you're there with other people. And so there is a natural, there are natural forces that are pushing on us that can bring out something that we're not, or create pressure inside the body where those things could be emergent, but you're in a space that's facilitating you to rest inside your strategy and authority. And any of the questions that might come up around, yeah, but what about this, is that there's somebody there to potentially give you an answer that can help bring you back to the place that helps you to continue to self-validate. In an immersion, there's no plan. There's no agenda. It is literally a place to rest in the wonder of what it means to not interfere with your life and to do it with others. And when you go through some of the exercises that we go through, you get this very direct and efficient experience of what your aura is, what somebody else's aura is, which helps us understand the outside world and how we meet it. You have a chance to understand the profound nature of each one of our centers and how we're impacted by the presence of somebody's center and you don't have one, and vice versa. And you get to learn through other people's understanding. You know, one of my favorite things inside of immersions is those who are new. You know, the people who are new tend to bring the most magic, you know, because in real time, you start to see that things are clicking. And as they're clicking, they ask questions and they reveal things about the nature of being oneself that it's like finding a spring in the woods and being able to drink from its waters. And so being in an immersion, you get to play with all these, and you get to have such a strong potential feedback from the environment that it's very empowering. And it can give people something to go out into the world and bring with them when they're all alone. And this container isn't there anymore. And they're met with the normal forces of life. There are people who come to immersions who have been in their experiment for years, because it is the one place that they get to be with others where everybody is resting, or in the very beginning part of just resting in their frequency. And that in and of itself is profound. And it gives the idea of what it's like to interact with people where nobody has an agenda. And it gives the experience of what it would be like to move in humanity if everybody lived this. And so it gives us a place to remember inside of ourselves for when we do go back into the regular world and it's so chaotic. and to also what it is to, if it's correct, to communicate with others who are also in their experiment, and to experience what it's like to have a clean conversation, to have communion. So maybe this helps with another explanation of what an immersion is, and maybe more what it offers. And also to just hear the difference of where I'm at in myself now versus a video that is also here that I made in 2018. And I was only 5 years into my experiment, and I was giving immersions. That was correct for me. So yeah, I hope both of these videos give you a sense of what might be garnered or experienced if you come to an immersion. Were these videos helpful? All right.